Join me today as I create a simple yet festive window and door design for passersby. Hey everyone, welcome back or welcome to an episode of Life with Marion and Joe. I'm Joe, for those of you that don't know me, and this is my Easter Spring 2024 series, and today I'm continuing in that series with the bay window and the front door. So I'm doing a really simple design that it doesn't have to be in a window. If you don't have a window like this, you could recreate this design in your house. It is a whimsical design because that's what people expect to see. I guess, when they they look at a window, they don't want anything really too serious. So what I'm going to create is something that is very bunny oriented. I know what Easter is about, but we're going the whimsical route here for the children and whatnot who pass by and see it. So hopefully you'll enjoy that. Like I said, it'll be the bay window, which is going to be Bunnyville, and then I'm going to do the front door as well. So stay tuned. I hope you enjoy it. Don't forget, subscribe. It's free. It really helps me out. And that thumbs up and a comment and watching to the end, even if you don't want to watch it, let it run. And it does wonders for my channel getting out there. All right, everybody, stay tuned for this simple yet festive spring Easter presentation. Here we go. So here's the bay window, and the first thing I have to do is line it with white lights, and I do it old school with Scotch tape, and they're white lights. There's about 200 of them. And here it is lit, what it looks like, all the side windows and the big window. And I'm going to show you from the outside. It looks orange. It's really not. It's just the reflection from the way it looks. All right, so here's my plan. This is a crummy drawing, but it gives me the idea of what I want. So I have a little piggy here, and she is going to be sitting next to this skinny rabbit because she's she's blue hair, and she's kind of blue. And then he has on like blue coveralls, so they're going to go together. Then right behind them is going to be Peter Rabbit, and he has a blue jacket on, so he kind of goes with them as well. And then up in here, this is Farmer Rabbit. He has a hoe in his hand and his little basket, which I don't know if it's going to be seen or not. I can't figure that out yet. Then I have Mr. Rabbit right here with his little bag for his Easter eggs. And I have Mrs. Rabbit over here. So they kind of, they coordinate with each other. They're green and pinkish kind of. And then I have the two giant carrots that I made out of those really big glass vases. And they have that skinny spaghetti-like rabbit, Miss Rabbit here and Mr. Rabbit there. So I think it's going to have to go in here. The next thing you always have to do is figure out the mechanics. And I thought that this is what the mechanics was going to be. I thought I needed a little box, and then I needed a bigger box. This would be for the piggy and the rabbit sitting here. And then this would be for Peter Rabbit and Farmer Rabbit. And then one here for Mr. Rabbit and then Mrs. Rabbit. And then I thought I needed a paint can each here for the big carrots. But I just put it in there, and I think I can cross this out. I don't need this. So I'm going to have one box here and for the pig and the rabbit here, and then the other two right behind it. I think that's going to work. And then these two boxes I'm going to put on an angle this way, okay, an angle and an angle for Mr. and Mrs. Rabbit. And then I'm going to get rid of these paint cans because I'm running out of room in the window, and I'm going to put the big carrots in here like this, in here. I'm trying to do it with one hand, but you get the idea. So that's the mechanics. Okay, so we're looking right into it. So here's the box that's going to have the pig and the rabbit, and then Peter Rabbit, and then Farmer Rabbit, and then Mr. Rabbit over here, and then Mrs. Rabbit over here. And then I think in this space right here, I'm going to put the big carrots. And I think you can see the reflection in the mirror and the window itself. Okay, so you see the box, and there, the box, right? And then the other box, and then the other box over there. And then in here will be the carrots. Well, that's the idea. But first I have to cover. Now, usually I use the grass covered carpet on here, but I'm not going to do it because it's not pliable enough. But I have a pink and blue plaid plastic tablecloth that I think I'm going to use to cover all of this up. All right, so here's the plastic tablecloth. So it's very Eastery, the pink and the white and the blues and stuff. I know it's dark, but that's what it looks like, so you can see from the outside. And I did it purposely not neat. And you're basically not going to see it, but I wanted it to have all these crinkles and everything. Let me go outside and show you that. All right, and there's the outside view. And here's Miss Piggy. Well, not Miss Piggy Muppet, Miss Piggy, but another Miss Piggy. And here's Mr. Rabbit, her boyfriend, and they're going to be sitting on that bottom shelf. Okay, so I call him Farmer Rabbit. And I put some carrots that I made in there. And I call this guy Peter Rabbit. All right, so my plan was altered already. I had to put Farmer Rabbit slightly to the side so that you could see his bucket over here. And I had to put Peter Rabbit slightly to his side. And I also had a floral wire Peter Rabbit's arm to Farmer Rabbit's arm so Peter Rabbit wouldn't fall down. So can you see the reflection over there? Let me go outside. All right, so there it is so far. You can see Piggy and Little Rabbit and Peter Rabbit and Farmer Rabbit. So next in are the giant carrots. And what this is a glass vase. It's tall, it's big. And I painstakingly wrapped it with orange yarn. And then I went in and I put these lines in it with brown paint to make it look like a carrot. I had to stuff it on the top. I forgot what I used, maybe an old pair of socks or something, to make it round. And then I continued there. I had to do a lot of hot gluing. And then I added these in the top from the Dollar Tree to make the top of the carrot. And let me tell you, they melt with, you got to be really careful. They melt with the hot glue. Then I added this moss. Then I had these spaghetti rabbits from the Dollar Zone. So I put a Miss Rabbit here, and I have a Mr. Rabbit here. So I have these two, and I'm going to put those in the window there. I'm going to try to manipulate them in the front of Mr. and Mrs. Rabbit. Okay, here's Mr. Rabbit. Tell me this guy is not adorable. He's from the Christmas tree shop too, unfortunately gone. And take a look at his shoes, okay? And he also grows. He can be pulled up and down. Let me show you Mrs. Rabbit now. And here is Mrs. Rabbit with her little shmaka on. And she has her little rabbit feet too. All right, so next I took some nylon wire and I put it on an egg, plastic egg with a little hook, and I'm gonna hang these from the top of the window. All right, so next I have to try to incorporate one of these. These were those windmill things. I took them apart and I made them flowers. A lot of times I hang them in the window. I'm gonna hang one in the window because I'm gonna use them around the door, and I'll show you that in a few minutes, but it's raining and it's too windy. I can't do it tonight. So I'm going to put this, I have to incorporate it somewhere. Now this over here, I have 4 of these, and I'm going to put these in the side windows, up and down. Okay, so you can see the eggs hanging, right? Because I have the 3M hooks up on the top. And then I put this flower right here in the middle, and hopefully it'll coordinate with what's going to go on the door. And then over there, those are the backs. I put the plaques in the side window. So let me go show you from the front. So these are the rest of those windmill flowers that I told you about, which I had gotten in the dollar store a long time ago. And like I said, I usually hang them in the window. But what I'm doing is I'm going to put them in the branches that I have. I have an asymmetrical tree on the side of my door, for those of you that don't know me. For those of you that do know me, you know I put it up in the fall, and I put leaves on it in the fall. I put snowflakes on it for Christmas. I put hearts on it for Valentine's Day, and I put these flowers on. I'm going to put these flowers on for Easter, and then I'm going to take it down because it's been up long enough. But it served me well. It was a little bit of work, not much, but I had to put chicken wire up, and I had to wire and then put the lights on and all that stuff, and that's always a little bit of a pain. So I'm going to use it one more time. It has the white lights on. I'm going to put these bright pink flowers up. And then on the door, to coordinate what's going on in the window, I made this wreath a while ago too. I added a flower. So again, remember, I have one flower in the window and I have one on the wreath, and I'm going to have those flowers. So that all coordinates. I had another one of these spaghetti, Mr. Spaghetti rabbits here from the Dollar Zone. I have two in the window wrapped around the big carrots, and I have one here, and then I have those plastic eggs hanging from the 3M hooks in the window. So I have the plastic eggs right here as well. So at least for me, it all ties in. I don't know if anybody notices it. Who knows? Whatever, but that's the deal. So it's nothing overly dramatic. It's just a little something that shows some spirit for the holiday and for Easter. And I'm sure if little kitties pass by, the colors will catch their eyes. Okay, so here is the tree that wraps around the side of the door with the lights on it. And here's the window from the outside. Sorry for the glare. It's really tough trying to not get glare. Thanks for stopping by, everybody. Take care. I'll be seeing you really soon. Bye-bye.